are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Ha! Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it.
What? At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I've got some immediate beef.
Okay.
With at least
That's my favorite kind of beef.
What?
Immediate.
I need some immediate
I don't
beef.
like to wait for my beef, you know?
In any instance.
Yeah, that's why I don't do drive-ins, drive-thrus. I mean, if there's a line at the drive-thru, I'm like, I don't need a Wendy's. I want my immediate. I don't want my beef. I want immediate beef.
Let me just tell you, this is a side beef.
A side beef?
Yeah. My daughter is now working at Little Caesars.
Yeah.
What is their slogan?
Pizza?
No, that was when we were kids.
Cheap pizza?
No. What is it, Stella? Ready and fresh. Or ready, hot and ready.
Hot and ready. Yeah,
Hot
that sounds
and ready.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ready and fresh. It's not fresh.
No one's saying it's fresh. Even they're like, nah.
No, listen. Yeah.
Slow down.
Hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
Okay.
I think it's... I don't want to put words in their mouth. She's the expert. I think it's hot and ready. I could be wrong.
It is an
I think it's
is
like
it
the
an
Dave's...
Stella? Hot
I think it's like
ready.
the Dave's and Juicy. No, Dave's hot and juicy.
There's a guy at my work.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Dave.
Yeah.
He listens to the show.
Yeah.
He thought that was great.
Dave's hot and Still, Matt Neff, wherever.
Hot and juicy.
I'm sure Matt doesn't listen or watch, but it's one of my favorite things that's ever happened.
Dave's hot and juicy.
Could I have a Dave's hot and juicy? So it's hot and ready.
I will never order Dave's hot and juicy.
No.
I'll order #1.
Yeah.
A single.
Well, I pulled in through Wendy's the other day, and Erica always gets everybody's order.
Yeah.
So she's the first place where it goes, and then she gives it to me.
Yeah.
And when we're in line, she'll tell me like, okay, this is what I'm like. I don't want to hear it now.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
tell it to me now.
Right.
I don't want to now. Tell me when I need to know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
you're not going to remember.
I'm not going to remember.
Yeah.
Levi orders a #1. He just wants the #1, the single sandwich. You know,
Straight up.
Just the single.
Yeah.
I want the single. I mean, that's all you have to say.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Single's default. #1. Right?
And so she's 10 chicken nuggets, fries, and then she goes, the Dave's #1. Because she sees the word Dave's. And I was like, so a single? She goes, it's a Dave's #1. Say Dave's single. Dave's single. Dave's single. And I was like, you'll get the right sandwich.
Yeah.
But she was obsessed with it's Dave's single.
Well, if that's what the sign says.
Well, they know. They don't have anything else called a single.
It's a meal #1.
It's a #1. Just the #1.
Is a #2 a double, and #3 is a triple. I think at Wendy's that's what it is.
Uh-huh.
But the hot and ready. So we ordered Little Caesars last night.
Uh-huh. Only so many things are hot and ready. It's not like their whole menu is hot and ready, right?
No, it's just pep and cheese, right, Stella?
Occasionally there's like extra pepperoni or
Yeah, but they advertise hot and ready.
What you can guarantee is that when you pull up
a large pep, and
a large
cheese.
pepperoni, a large cheese, that's going to be
hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
So we were in a hurry last night. I got home, showered, throw the kids in the car. We drive through Little Caesars. I actually ordered it on my phone.
So they got plenty of time.
It was hot and ready.
Yeah.
I walk in. I get my food immediately.
Good.
Not a problem.
No problem.
But I ordered 15 minutes ahead of time.
Sure.
I'm watching two guys about Stella's age, 18, 19, 20 maybe.
Idiots.
They're standing at the prep counter doing nothing.
Uh-huh.
Like literally not even talking.
Yeah.
They're just standing there.
Like David Puddy on an airplane. If you're a
don't
Seinfeld fan, you'll know what that
reference. And so this is rush hour. It's 4:30. 5 o'clock is
Come on, guys.
right around the corner.
Yeah.
Why are you not prepping pizzas to make them hot and ready? And so I asked this. I got out to the car and asked Estelle, like, what's the deal? She goes, well, it's not always hot and ready. Like, what do they advertise it for? hot and
That's
ready.
the only reason you would ever get Little Caesars is because it's hot and ready. Otherwise, you would get something. You'd get Domino's or Papa John's or
Well, cheap. What's
still.
What are you saving? $5?
I mean,
I'm
at
gonna
the
say
most,
$5.
At the most,
Yeah.
you're saving $5. You know, I don't know.
I don't know. Hot and ready. It should be hot and ready.
Yeah.
Those kids should have been
I
throwing
like the
pizzas
thought
in the
of
oven.
pulling through the Little Caesars. Give me 2 pepperoni pizzas, and I'm in and out in 10 seconds.
Last couple times, and she can be witness to it because now she's working the drive-thru. They say it's going to be about 10 or 15 minutes. What? It's supposed to be hot
No.
and ready.
Now, if you're ordering something special, and also, by the way, I'm not going to Little Caesars in a while.
Yeah.
But their thin crust is it's okay.
It's excellent.
And why don't they have the thin crust hot and ready? It's better.
Yeah, people aren't ordering it.
They should. And I wonder if you had it hot and ready. Like, what if you pulled up and they're like, and you were like 1 pepperoni, and they said, you want a thin crust or a regular?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'll try the thin crust. And once I've tried it once, I'm not going back to the regular.
I think it's more expensive. Is that right, Stella?
Yeah, I think it's about $7.
Yeah, it's an it's an extra $2. I'm not paying an extra $2 for thin
It's
crust.
considerably better. It's more pizza because the crust is like so much. You know what I mean? The thin crust
I
goes
eat
all
the
the way.
crust.
It's overrated.
Here's my beef.
It's
I haven't even
not
got
hot
to the
and
beef
ready.
yet. No.
Oh.
It wasn't even fast food related. The beef, you turned it into a food thing.
I'm hungry. What's your
Well, you
beef?
saw us eat food earlier.
Yeah.
That's why. 3 people made comments that we've specifically said not to do.
Oh, right.
Well, we kind of
Well,
did. Kind
a
of
long
didn't.
time ago, you said, "Hey, comment, like, subscribe,
Just something.
do all those things." Just it doesn't even have to be. You don't even have to write anything eloquent or just say like, "Nice job,"
Right.
you know. And
right. I think I said great job.
oh, great job. Just say,
great job.
Hey, great job.
Right.
Great job.
So Joe, Shoeless Joe, from Arkansas, wrote, "Great job. My favorite member is Teddy."
Okay, so he did what you asked him to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then I think a week or two later we said, "Stop writing good job," because we were having
We don't
literally
need any more great jobs.
all over the
just,
place.
Just give us like something creative.
And this is where it goes. So we have 2 people writing something that they thought was good job, or great job rather. Friend of the show, Coffee Middleman,
Our own coffee middleman.
the Coffee Middleman. Yeah,
Jesse.
I was trying to remember his nickname. I didn't want to say his name.
Okay.
I can't believe you said Jesse.
Jesse Shrake.
Oh my gosh,
He lives
He's
in
a Coffee
Marion,
Middleman.
Ohio. I mean, a stone's throw from where
His
we
phone
are
number
right
is 4 no
now. I don't know.
740.
I could look it up.
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
He wrote decent job.
Decent job.
I mean, what's up with that?
All right.
I think we're better
mean,
than decent.
I think some of our shows are decent.
You're right.
Sometimes
Not every show is
No,
great.
not every show's
Some
great.
are just decent.
But it's a bit of a poke. I mean, okay.
I mean, get a thesaurus out.
Yeah.
You can come up with better than decent. Mm-hmm. Decent job. Okay, so that little bit beef. And so Bob doesn't have a nickname yet.
He's Farmer Bob.
Farmer Bob.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
He is a farmer.
Yeah.
Okay, so Farmer Bob wrote superior task.
Oh, superior task. That's good. I
Yeah.
like that. Superior
Yeah.
task. I like it. He
So-
got a thesaurus out. I don't think
He's
people.
smart, isn't he?
He wants you to think he's. You know, he knows enough to fool most people.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he helped me with Harrison's homework once, or Gideon's homework, math. I posted online. I took a picture of him like, I can't figure this out. Like in 5 minutes, he sent me the answer.
He went to college.
That's better than both of us.
To be a farmer, though, like, I mean, honestly, how smart is that? You know, I don't even know that he needed to go. So,
Isn't that like a trade school thing? Or
he was born into it. He was born a farmer. So it's not like, you know,
he was an apprentice from day one.
yeah, he had no choice.
He also gave a Netflix suggestion of the week as Under Siege. Is that Steven Seagal?
Steven Seagal, it's
Yeah.
his finest work, I think. When you think Steven Seagal, can you think of another Steven Seagal movie?
I can't.
I can't.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Well, I could go Jean-Claude Van Damme all day, but
Okay. But who do you prefer?
between those two, Jean-Claude Van Damme, are you kidding me?
Over Steven Seagal?
Over Steven Seagal? Now, if it's like Steven Seagal or like Eric Roberts.
Yeah.
I'll
Steven
take Steven
Seagal.
Seagal.
Yeah. Who's the guy in Bloodsport?
That's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Is that Jean-Claude Van Damme? Yeah.
Yeah, the final scene, they put their they have their hands like wrapped in the things, and then they put them in like some kind of glue, and
Yeah.
then they put them in broken glass.
Yeah. That's hardcore.
Yeah. At which Hot Shots, that movie with Charlie Sheen, made fun of. And they put their gloves in like caramel, and then there were like 5 different kinds of candy, and
Yeah.
they were like, like get you at the yogurt bar, So
Yeah. So Under Siege, I think it's on Netflix. I was scrolling by it the other day. Did not stop to watch.
I mean, ugh.
So if you're going to write anything, just be creative.
Yeah. We do want you to write something.
Anything.
Yeah.
Preferably
But
something
we don't need a great job anymore.
No more great jobs.
Okay.
Just be creative with it.
Okay.
Have fun with it. So
All right.
That's my beef.
Well, that's your beef. What does it have to do with Little Caesars?
Nothing. You turned it into a food thing.
You
with the beef.
said-
You said, I want my... Oh, that was a side beef, hot and ready.
Oh, okay. All right. So
You turned it into a food thing.
yours was the Little Caesars was your side beef.
That was my side beef.
And I don't mind some side beef. Especially if I can get my immediate beef. And if I got a little beef on the side, I don't mind that. So we got a few things that we could talk about, Jason.
Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to compose myself.
I'm not going to give updates on my neighbors that I have awkward relationships with.
Dates?
Neighbors. I'm not going to give updates.
Well, You're dating your neighbor.
No, never date a neighbor. That
That's
never.
a recipe for disaster there.
Stella, okay, you're about ready to go off to college. Never date a neighbor.
No.
Never.
Okay, updates on your neighbors.
I don't have updates on my neighbors. I don't want to talk about that anymore because it makes me anxious. But I am moving. And I think I might be moving right in time because, Jason, one thing about me is I'm not a very observant person.
That is true.
You know that. You're an observant person.
More so than you.
If the police were looking for witnesses for a crime, they would much rather talk to you than talk to me. I'd be a horrible witness to a crime.
I think he had
He's a
hair.
guy or he wasn't. I don't know. And he
looked
came
like
in,
a guy.
he did a thing. It made me nervous. I don't know.
He used a gun or maybe a knife.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
honestly.
machete? What's a machete?
Maybe there was 2 of them. I don't know. So
He was driving a white van or a Ford Fiesta. Wait, what was it?
Yeah. I mean, if there's just no way I could remember any details. It's just the way I am.
Yeah.
I live in the moment. Well, I realized that I might be moving just in time because in my bedroom, there's my bed, usually like you have in a bedroom. And then on the wall, on the other side of the bed, the side that I sleep on, Erica has a little, it's like a desk that I built into the wall with a mirror that she uses to put her makeup on.
A vanity mirror.
A vanity mirror. She's very vain. She likes to look at herself in the mirror, So so that's there, and just a little like an cheap little IKEA chair that she's. And it occurs to me when Erica points out that the chair was on the ground. The chair that was normally sitting there. It's just a normal chair. It was on the ground. Like it had fallen over. Except it was a chair on 4. I mean, chairs don't just fall over. And so she said, "That's weird. How'd it get like that?" I was like, "Oh, it's like that every night." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Every night when I come to bed, that chair is tipped over, and I put it back up, and I put it in." And she was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." And it just occurred to me, like as I said that, it's just become part of my routine. Pick up the chair, put it back.
So you have a ghost.
I think we might have a ghost.
I don't know. Stuff. I mean, I leave the kitchen. Everything's fine. I come back in. All the cabinets are open.
Huh.
I've got kids.
just
Let
shut
me
'em?
just close them
Okay.
all. Kids, stop.
Why ask questions? I don't need to dig. So I might be getting out just in time.
See, that's funny. I just had the conversation with my wife last night. I said, I don't think anything like weird or paranormal has ever really happened to me. Although I believe in all that stuff.
Well, you don't believe I saw a monkey in Waldo, but
First of all, that's not paranormal. I mean, if it's a cryptozoological animal, if it was a chupacabra,
okay, you believe me. But a chimpanzee, you're like,
no, there's no chimpanzee.
Okay,
in Waldo.
but if I said I
chupacabra.
saw a chupacabra,
blood
you'd be
sucker.
like, okay,
goat sucker. Yeah.
all right. Anyway, you've never seen anything paranormal,
But
but
then she reminded me a couple things that happened to us. So when Estelle was a baby, toddler, so she could not even toddler, she could stand up in her crib.
so she's like 15 months.
Yes.
Okay,
Between 15 and 18.
sure.
So she could hold a bottle. She could stand up. She couldn't really walk or do anything, but she would pull herself up on the crib and she would have her bottle. On more than one occasion, the bottle is sitting underneath her crib, face up, like standing up
underneath her
crib. It is 0% chance that she could have climbed out or climbed back in. 0% chance. There's nobody else living with
Sherlock
us.
Holmes mystery.
I know. It's very bizarre.
So the bottle's standing up like this
underneath the crib.
and the crib is here.
Yes, directly in the middle. It's not on the edge.
Yeah.
It's not like she dropped it straight down.
Yeah.
It was under the
Is
crib.
it empty?
No, it's half full. Yeah, but how's it going to get... This is the story of our childhood. You've broken everything I've ever owned. Flipping a water bottle by the soundboard.
Well, that's
I know enough. You're just living in the moment.
yeah. That is.
That's a classic.
I can't. That's why I'm not good at math. I can't algebra in particular. I can't see
the variable.
steps. That's why I'm not good at chess.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
I
flipping this bottle.
This is-
Nothing bad is going to happen.
right now, but this is great.
I'm having so much fun until you don't.
And then I deal with the consequences as they come.
So that was weird. That was a weird thing that happened that, once again, I ignored. It happened more than once.
Yeah.
I ignored it. And then in that same time period, we came home from a long weekend. We were gone for 3 days. Left on a Friday, came back like a Monday. We go into our house. Everything's locked up. We left it locked. But there is wax sprinkled throughout the whole house, on top of our CDs, on the couch, on the pillows, just wax, candle wax. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what.
She have kids at this time?
No,
No kids.
0 kids. It was right before Estelle was born.
So you leave for a 3-day weekend and you
Yeah.
come back and there's wax everywhere.
Yes.
I mean, that's some satanic stuff.
Nothing
right
was
there.
stolen.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
was-
like some sort of like weird
I don't know.
ritual. Somebody was.
On our way out that Friday, we did see a naked guy in the neighborhood. I
Okay.
called the sheriff's office, and I said, this was down in Columbus, down at Polaris.
Oh, this is in Polaris. Okay.
Yeah. This was before Polaris turned into Polaris. I mean, this was 20 years ago.
He's just a naked guy walking down the road?
Yeah, it was like late at night, midnight. Naked guy in the grass. I called the sheriff's office. I said, listen, I don't care, whatever.
Doesn't bother me.
It doesn't. I mean, we're whatever, but there's a naked guy.
I'm a libertarian. I think
Here he is. If he wants to go naked, go
yeah,
naked.
fine.
Doesn't bother me.
But it just seems like the kind of thing you would want to know.
I'm just maybe check up on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the naked guy somehow put the wax out.
I feel like a naked guy and the somehow those things are connected.
I mean, I've never seen a naked guy just walking around outside. I've never had wax dripped throughout my whole house. So, and they happen within like 3 days of each other.
Okay.
So that's weird.
Yeah, I'd say somehow you'd have to connect those
But
things.
that house also had the bottle. That was the same house with the bottle.
That was the same house with the bottle.
Same house with the bottle.
Okay.
So there is some weirdness. The
Yeah.
chair thing, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah. And it's every night.
Every single
It'll be
night.
tonight too. I'll walk around the corner.
So when you wake up in the morning, is it still standing up? Or,
Yes.
And so you don't know when it actually tips.
No.
I mean, you got like a week left in that house. I think you put up a camera.
I think we should. It's not a bad
I think
idea.
you need to know. Because listen, this chair might need to stay at the house.
What if I get to the new house and it happens again?
You move and you leave the chair. See, I'm telling you now, you need
It's
to know.
attached to the chair, you
Yes,
think?
I think it might be. Sometimes energy is attached to objects. You want to listen. It happens. I think you want to leave the chair at the house. Just get a new chair.
Okay.
You don't need that chair in your life.
All right. Okay.
So, was that your full thing?
Yeah, I mean, that was it. We could do Netflix suggestion of the week and then see what happens after that. The tea is perfect drinking temperature.
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
I think this thumb is too small compared
I think the
to
whole
the
hand
finger.
is small.
Yeah, but I think the finger compared to the thumb. I mean, my finger and my thumb are almost the same.
My thumb is fatter.
Yeah, this thumb is thin and short. Poor job. Oh, it's got a little thing you can hang it on the wall.
For what?
So it's like on the wall like that? There's a coat hook? It does have that, though.
Leave it alone.
All right. What's your Netflix suggestion of the week?
I watched this. I'm not suggesting it.
Okay.
So it's a non-suggestion.
You're just sharing that you watched
I'm sharing
this.
that I watched this on Netflix.
Okay.
Stella and I watched this together.
All right.
Jupiter's Legacy.
I've seen it. Like
In passing or
yeah.
whatever. So
It looks like a wannabe Thor to me.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. So we get there's 8 episodes. And it says season 1, 8 episodes. Stella and I, we get through half. We're on number 4. My wife comes down from upstairs. She looks at the TV. She goes, "What are you watching?" I said,
Jupiter's Legacy.
She goes, "Oh, yeah, they canceled the next season." I'm like, what? It's brand new.
Oh.
It literally just
Do you
came
know why
out.
they canceled it?
It apparently didn't do well with an audience.
They can know that? Like, it's
like
gonna...
instantly. Like it didn't take off like Tiger King or whatever.
Or Stranger Things.
Or Stranger Things. Like if it's not a hit, they just dump it and move on.
Wow.
So here's the thing. I actually think it was a decent show.
Yeah.
Fairly clean. It's teenager clean.
Okay.
And
Teenagers are not clean. They're some of the dirtiest.
that is true. I don't think I'd want my little kids to watch.
Appropriate for ages 15 and up?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
And I would continue to watch it. If there was a season 2.
It's the way I feel about Away. I think Netflix is pulling the plug too quick on these things.
Sometimes
It takes a while for the audience to build.
yeah, there's a lot
Word
of
gets out.
there's a lot of shows I think I've seen where the season 1, like Simpsons, season 1
Season
is
1
awful.
through 5 is not great on the
No.
Simpsons. It doesn't really take off till 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad. So I'm saying give it a little bit of time.
Yeah. The Office season 1 not as good as the
Not
other
as
ones.
good.
I
A
don't
lot
think.
of shows are like that.
Yeah, Parks and Rec, which I'm a big fan of. Season 1 and 2, it's all right. And then it really took off. Season 3, 4 built an audience.
Right. So just be patient with it.
I agree. I couldn't agree
bothers
more.
me.
That's because Eric and I loved Away on Netflix. Thought it was great.
Yeah.
And then find out it's canceled. I don't know if I would have watched it.
Well,
if I
see,
would've
that
known.
was the thing. It's like if I knew that show was canceled, I don't think we would have invested in
It's
it.
kind of like guaranteeing it won't have a good audience by calling it canceled
Yeah.
before you even know, because
Yeah, I didn't know.
why would you?
The other show that we watched that they just canceled halfway through, we never, well, 2 shows that I remember that we watched together. One of them was The Dome. You remember that, Estelle?
Yeah.
Pauly Shore?
No, it's Biodome.
Ow.
The Dome, it's like a Stephen King miniseries, something like that. This town gets trapped in this dome, and weird things are happening. It was actually a pretty decent show. I liked it a lot, and it was moving. It was progressing. There's some mystery behind it, and then it just stopped. And Oh, another show I'm thinking of.
Oh, geez.
What was the dinosaur movie?
Dinosaur?
Was it?
TGIF.
Stop. Say it again.
Terra Nova.
Terra Nova. It was on Fox. It was 1 year, one
Yeah.
season of it. And it was, once again, decent.
Terra meaning Earth.
Uh-huh.
Nova meaning Nova. I don't know what Nova means.
Like a supernova.
I don't know what Nova means.
It's like star.
It's a
space.
PBS TV show.
So
Terra Nova.
they went back in time in this Terra Nova, and they were living side by side with dinosaurs.
Uh-huh.
It was very, very good. I liked it a lot. And then the other one,
Nova is a transient astronomical event.
okay, yeah, that checks out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they went back in time. So, anyways, lots of show. This has happened.
Chevy Nova.
So many. Chevy Nova? Bossa Nova?
Bossa Nova.
Excellent.
All right.
It's a very niche audience.
I don't care. That's our audience.
That is our audience. If you know that reference.
If you know that reference, keep watching this show. You're going to enjoy many other things that come your way.
122 and an eighth.
122 and an eighth. Where the heck is 122 and an eighth?
Dude.
Whoa. Wise man once say, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Oh, man. I got to get a new route.
Yeah.
It slices. It dices.
Okay,
I think that's the
enough.
next
That's
scene.
enough. Yeah.
And then it lands on Shredder's or Splinter's head.
Yeah. Well, right before that, he's like, $10 a tab's 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a great movie. It honestly, the movie holds up.
Does it?
I'm not going to lie.
Does it?
Cinematically, it's beautiful. I really do think that.
It's very dark.
I don't know. I just like the way it looks.
Yeah,
You
'cause-
get that thing on an HGTV, it looks good. I feel some movies
Yeah.
cinematically are ahead of their time. Now,
And you think that one was?
I think that one, and I think another one is The Sound of Music. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. I'm not a big fan of musicals, but like to create a movie that looks so good
Okay.
back then, it's a feat. And I feel like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is right on par with
Number 2?
Teenage Mutant. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to think more about all of this. I think Cool Hand Luke belongs on that list, but
No, I was saying Turtles 2.
oh no, that's no good. Secret of the Ooze.
Ninja.
Rap. Go ninja, go. Is that that two? Yeah, because they're fighting Toka and Razor. Razor. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Toka, Razor, go.
The rap on the first one was TURTLE power, TURT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh man.
What's your Netflix suggestion? Did you give it yet?
No, I have not
Okay.
given it yet. I've not been watching a lot lately. Been pretty busy. So the only time I watch TV right now is baseball, golf, or whenever I'm making something in the kitchen, I watch Star Trek The Next Generation. So my Netflix suggestion is Star Trek The Next Generation. And I think it's on multiple platforms. I know
It
it's on
is.
Amazon.
It's everywhere.
So I watched it on Amazon.
Yeah.
It is good.
It holds up.
It's good. I mean, I can't imagine you like really giving it a chance
Yeah.
and not enjoying it on some level. I'm not saying it's going to be your favorite thing ever. You know,
No.
you might not be a sci-fi guy.
That's another one. You need to give it a little bit of time.
Oh, you need to give it yeah, if you encounter at Farpoint, sure, it's great. But if you stop
Part 1 and 2.
if you stop
Yeah.
if you stop at encounter at Farpoint, you're going to miss a lot.
Yeah.
So anyway, Star Trek The Next Generation for me
Yeah.
is really good and it holds up. And the other day I was watching one, I was like, how have I never seen this one? I think I've seen them all. And it was like an epic one. And
There's some where they've like buried. Like Riker
oh yeah.
is like
There's a weird Riker twin one that I watched the other day where he had a twin and they just never mention it again. And he just goes off into space. I'm like, how is this?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he just joins Starfleet and like becomes like an ensign or something. Like, how do we not?
Right.
And I mentioned again. The other thing that they don't mention is like first season, episode. I would say like 2 or 3. Geordi with the
The visor.
the hair thing that he puts over his eyes,
barrette.
the hair barrette that he puts over his eyes. There's an episode where there's like something's happening and they're standing there, they're watching these people talk, and then they go away, and Picard is like, I don't know what to what to think or whatever, and Geordi's like, just to let you guys know, this visor, it detects heat signatures, and when someone's lying, like I can tell, because their body temperature raises. Although no human could, with your eye you could never see it, but I can tell, And I've watched every episode. They never mention that again. I'm like,
because they have Deanna Troi.
I'm like, that could never ever come in useful again. I've watched multiple times where Geordi was lied to his face, and he just, like that's a pretty big plot hole. So, but anyway, I would encourage you, and it's a great background. TV show.
Yes.
I'm cooking, I'm slicing, I'm frying, I'm dicing, and just Jean-Luc is in the background, and that's okay with me. So my Netflix suggestion of the week is Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Do you have Pluto TV? Do you ever look at that?
No.
So you should. It's a free download. It's on everything. There's a network, MLB Network. I don't know if it's like their prime main network. Mm-hmm. But they play a bunch of old shows. Mm-hmm. There was Prime 9 is one of the shows on there, and they do like the top 9 whatever, the Prime 9. So they went through the other day clutch hitters.
Oh, okay.
It was really good. I was watching one with Harrison the other day, the top 9 Steelers, base Steelers. And that was fantastic. Mm-hmm. And they have another thing on that same network that I kind of got into a little bit was they play and highlight old baseball games.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I was watching something with the 1970 Reds. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic.
Do you remember watching old home run derbies?
Yes, that was fantastic.
I don't know where we watched that, but that would be on like in the middle of the day sometimes.
Yeah, it was like black and white.
And it'd be like Frank Robinson against Mickey
Willie
Mantle
Mays.
or Willie Mays,
Yeah.
and it would just be this home run competition.
One-on-one.
One-on-one, and there was like nobody in the stadium.
Yeah.
It was just them doing this for TV, I guess.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. So what they did there was they went through like 9 innings. They took turns. Mm-hmm. And like when you...
3 outs.
3 outs, and then you switch.
Anything that's not a home run is an out.
Yeah.
If a home run, you keep on hitting.
I think that's fantastic.
Why don't they do that still?
They should.
They should. Just all off-season long, stuff like that.
Yeah. I generally like baseball.
So do I.
I don't like the politics.
I just forget that they exist.
Sometimes it's hard.
Well, now it's easier than it was because there's actually fans in the stadium. So I couldn't watch baseball with no fans. I just couldn't.
It's hard.
It was just so, and everything. I just couldn't do it. So now I can watch baseball and I can just kind of sink in there and pretend that there's nothing else happening in the world except for this baseball game. And I love that. So what you got next?
Okay, so this is Netflix related. This pops up on my TV all the time. Are you still watching?
Yeah, judgmental.
Very judgmental.
Uh-huh.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
And something popped up on the TV. I think it was Netflix. It might have been another app. But this is the ultimate, I want to slap someone.
Okay. I mean, for you, that's saying something.
I paused the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go to press play. Mm-hmm. And it says, do you still want to watch?
Yeah, well, I just pressed play.
That's why I pressed play.
Yeah.
This was not like a mistake. This is programmed into the app itself. I don't think it was Netflix. It was, so our smart TV, is it Vizio? Do we have a Vizio?
I don't know.
I think it's Vizio. We've gone over this before.
Yeah, it's not a Samsung.
It's not a Samsung. I thought it was a Samsung. I think it's a Vizio.
Okay.
They have apps built into the TV, the smart TV.
Okay.
It's one of those apps.
What?
Yeah, I paused it. I unpaused it. I want to watch.
Okay, speaking of judgmental.
Yeah.
I was watching the Westminster Dog Show last night.
I love that.
So
I watch it.
Turns out halfway through, I guess it wasn't live. Maybe it was. I don't know.
It's not live.
As far as we were concerned, watching it, we thought it was happening live. Yeah. It's not like I'm keeping up with this.
2004.
So we caught it about halfway through when they were going over the working dogs, and then we saw the terriers and something else, and then we saw the best in show competition.
Yeah. Very political.
You think it's political?
Yeah.
Why do you say that? You don't think the judges are just honestly looking at the dogs?
No.
Really?
They have favorites. 100%.
I would say that
I saw a doc on this.
I would say that it's political up to the point of getting in the competition. But once you've gotten in the competition...
Nope. They know who the owners are.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, I was not a fan
Even the best in show.
of the winner.
No, I know, because they don't. It's not really best.
The Sheltie should have won. I mean, the Sheltie was smiling. He was happy. The way
Yeah.
he was prancing around, his fur and everything was just perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sheltie was killing it, just
Yeah.
killing it. And the Poodle won. And I was like, the Poodle. Like,
Yeah.
it was just, I was so upset.
Stella, we watched that
was
documentary.
furious.
It was on Netflix, wasn't it?
So there's a documentary exposing
show.
the dog
Yeah.
shows.
Do you remember that?
Kind
I can't remember what that was.
I
can't
gotta
remember what
find
it was
this.
called.
Well,
It
I'm
was
kind of super into dog shows right now.
yeah.
I mean, I stayed up till like midnight last night watching it because I had to find out. Once you're invested that
I think
far,
on Peacock they have some backlogged
Oh,
ones because it's
yeah.
NBC.
yeah. Once you've watched, well, I was watching on FS1. It was Chris Berman, and they were playing
What?
the NFL. Not Chris Berman, the other Chris.
Chris Berman's ESPN, right?
Back. No, it was Chris. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but you'd recognize him. He's a
Rose.
No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can see his face, but he's a big sports guy,
Okay.
and he was doing the play-by-play of it with a couple other experts.
Yeah.
And at every commercial break, they were like, "Ba ba bum ba da dun,
Really?
da da dun 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 dun."
Huh.
Bum, ba, da, dun, dun. Yeah.
I thought for sure that's an NBC thing.
Well, I don't know. Last night I was watching it on Fox Sports 1, and
Is
it
that
was
a sport?
captivating. Dog show?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would say dog racing is a sport.
can I make an observation?
Sure.
The smaller the dog, I mean, I'd be shocked if they did the math on this and I wasn't right. I mean, I think I'm right about this. The smaller the dog, the larger the owner. I mean, I could almost guarantee you, because we were going smaller to bigger all night.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the owners early were big.
And they got smaller as the dogs got bigger.
And as the dogs get bigger,
Yeah.
the owners get smaller.
I can see that, yeah.
Because Levi sits down with the
Now,
working...
you don't think it's an optical illusion?
No, it's definitely not an optical illusion. I can promise you this. I had made that statement, and Levi was like, and Erica agreed with me. So my wife, you know what I mean? It's not like this is like a sexist thing or something, you know?
Yeah.
But Levi sits down. He's like, well, she's not, exactly fit. I'm like, well, first of all, it's not a 100% rule. Second of all, you should have seen 4 rounds ago. Because this ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody's ever done the math on this, but I could almost guarantee you. And Erica, she immediately said, she goes, because those are working dogs. Because they require you to do something with.
Right,
The little
right.
ones, you can just keep it on your lap all day and pamper it and do whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't need as much.
I think this only applies to show dogs because in real life, my dog's smaller than your dog, and yet you're bigger
Yeah,
than me.
I mean, like I said, it's not a 100% rule.
Yeah.
It is awkward to see the women are all wearing dresses,
They're like skirts.
skirts to their knees that
Yeah.
are all like sequency,
Yeah.
kind of dresses, but they have to run with the dog.
Yeah.
And these are women, quite frankly, that haven't run since last year's dog show. I'm quite sure of this. I'm worried.
It's more of a shuffle.
It's hard for me to run without falling. In fact, I played a softball game and I just fell down. I just fell down. I bruised my hip. I was pitching, and somebody told me to go home.
Yeah.
Because the play was going, and I was just paying attention. I was like, oh shoot! So I turned around to go home, and I stepped on my foot as I was turning to run. And I mean, I hit the ground. Literally everything stopped. The runners stopped, like the person with the ball getting ready to throw it, and everybody goes, oh, like that. I think you could hear and feel the ground shake. And I hopped up, and they're like, you okay, man? And the ref was like, time. I'm like, I'm fine. I just, it's embarrassing. But I'm just saying, these ladies, I'm
bigger
worried
than
about
you.
them.
Yeah.
Because if they could biff it pretty hard. At least like let them wear sweatpants. You know what I mean? It's got to be hard. I've never run with the dress, but it's got to be hard to run with one of those skirts.
Yeah. We both got shorts and t-shirts on.
Uh-huh.
It's 100 degrees outside.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty hot. Stella's wearing sweats. Did you notice that?
My daughter's the same way. She's
Why?
always wearing a black hoodie. And
Yeah, black hoodie and sweats.
I know.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
My daughter got a job at a Christian bookstore.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't wear your black hoodie. You can't just, you're going to have to actually like like dress.
Try.
Like, you're gonna have to give a crap. So we went to Kohl's and she bought a couple of things. So that's good. But it was up to
Non-black
her.
hoodies. Yeah.
She would just wear black hoodies all the time. It was sweatpants.
Gideon wears hoodies all the time. The July.
I heard Steven Crowder say the other day that no one above the age of 21 should wear a hoodie.
I disagree.
I figured you would because you like a hoodie.
Now listen, my hoodie.
Far be it from you to disagree with Steven Crowder,
Listen,
though.
I love Steven Crowder. I might be his biggest fan. Having said that, he's wrong on this issue.
Okay. Well, shots fired.
Sorry.
You just like a hoodie.
Yeah, I'm a fall hoodie guy. From October to Thanksgiving.
I'm not going to lie. When I heard him say that, I was like, immediately I agreed, and I'm going to get rid of all my hoodies.
What?
Yeah, I just made a decision.
You're a follower.
I'm not afraid to follow when the advice is good. I'm not so proud that I can't take good advice.
You're going to get rid of some hoodies.
One day I heard somebody say that cargo shorts are kind of lame. I was like, you know what? They kind of are kind of lame. And I stopped wearing cargo shorts.
Are these cargo shorts?
Yes.
I like them.
I know. I figured you would.
I like cargo shorts. They got lots of pockets
Yeah.
to put stuff in.
I no longer wear cargo shorts.
What do you wear?
These kind of shorts.
Like khaki shorts?
Yeah, like khaki shorts.
That's even more lame.
That's not lame, man.
Khaki shorts. Stella, khaki or cargo? Which is more lame?
I don't know.
You don't have to worry about offending your dad. Just tell the truth.
I just have not thought about that before.
All right, well, right into the show.
Yes, you got to tell us.
Which you like better or which is more lame? Just be
tell us.
clear.
Be clear. One
Are
or the
you
other.
team cargo shorts or are you team khaki shorts?
Yes.
And I'll guarantee you, all of the mutants that respond team cargo shorts, there'll be a trend. Be like, okay, that's the kind of person. You look at their profile or whatever. All right, okay.
One of those guys.
And the team khaki, they're going to be successful people. They're going to be people that know how to hold down a job.
Sometimes I like cargo shorts and a hoodie.
I believe it.
I've done that. Yeah.
With Crocs.
I've done that.
Yep. So you, Crocs,
Yeah. Listen,
cargo shorts.
Crocs, cargo shorts, and a hoodie.
That's
my October wear.
me, not so much. And I was thinking as I was watching the dog show that to call someone, if you ever heard someone say, you know what, he's like really judgmental, you'd probably be like, wow, that's not a compliment. But what if you're a judge?
That is a compliment.
If you're a judge and you're like, man, you are really judgmental.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I try,
I mean, I get paid
Do you
to
think
do it.
judges are naturally judgmental, like in other areas of life? Like, you think the Westminster Dog Show judge just walks around
Judging people.
just all the time in
Or
life?
judging dogs.
Well, I mean, I don't think they could help but judge dogs. I think everywhere
that's
they
just
go, everywhere they
natural.
see a dog, they're going to think, oh, that ear's sticking off kind of weird or something,
It's not a purebred.
But do you feel like they're like at like a deli, like looking at like somebody they chose to, have a specific kind of sandwich and like, oh, man, this guy,
I think, yes. I think most people are judgmental. Because you look at them.
I mean, the first judge that I saw when I just turned on the show and she just walked onto the floor.
Yeah.
I said out loud, not knowing she was a judge because she was just dressed like a normal person.
Yeah.
I was like, boy, she looks judgy. I just said that. And it was a judge.
Wow.
So I just feel like there's an air of judgmentalism.
I agree. I think that definitely happens.
Yeah.
There's a local story here in Marion about a judge that did not go well.
Do you find yourself to be judgmental?
Yeah. I don't want to be. I really don't. I really want to treat everybody, with respect and give them the benefit of the doubt, not judge. I'll tell you what, though, in Marion, it's very hard. I went to the boys' baseball game Monday, and I'm sitting between two fields.
Yeah.
One son on this field, another son on this field. I kind of watch them both. They
Sure.
played at different times, but
Not
we were
really watching either, but there.
It doesn't matter. They don't care. They know I'm there for them.
Yeah, good job, bud. Go. Do it. Home run.
The parents of these kids,
Yes. I know.
not great.
I know.
It's the worst of Marion.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's
no,
really, really
it's bad. It's bad. It's
I
bad.
didn't know these people existed.
Those are the parents that came. You know what I mean?
I think about the ones that didn't come.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really bad.
Yeah.
There was a kid who was 18 months.
That is not old enough to be playing baseball.
No, they were watching.
Okay.
Older sibling playing.
So there's a little kid
running.
just kind of toddler.
Toddler.
Okay.
Probably not yet, too.
Mm-hmm.
Ran into the parking lot unattended multiple times.
You must have been beside us. It's Jesse and Savannah's kid. That was Oliver. No. Guys, I'm joking. Abby was babysitting Oliver, and
So it's Abby's fault.
I think she kept good care of him all night.
That's
I think
funny.
he hardly ever ran into the parking lot. Anyway, what is so you see a kid just run into the parking lot?
Yeah, and I'm sitting there, and I'm debating, do I go get this kid?
I feel like you almost have to.
I didn't, and
Yeah.
I feel bad because, like,
Because you don't want to be like, hey, that person. It's like, hey, watch your kid. But at the same point, like,
Right.
the kid's life is literally in danger.
they were up the sidewalk, chatting, smoking away, not paying attention to their kid. This kid literally in the parking lot 3 different times. One time, they got so it goes ball fields, parking lot, street.
Yeah.
The kid got all the way to the street before they realized. I'm sitting there watching, back and forth, looking at the parents, looking at the kid, parents, kid, parents, kid.
And they're just completely checked out.
completely checked out.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do I do? Do I intervene?
Yeah.
I really wanted to, but at the same time, it's like, listen, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because on some parents, they would not respond well
They
to
would
that.
not like that.
No. I feel like these are those parents.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough.
I went to a football game in Marion one time. It was a
Yeah.
little guy football game.
Yeah.
And these people actually, well, you said this is the worst. I don't know. There was a guy there.
Yeah.
The game was on the field. There's a road beside the field.
Yeah.
And, in between the road, there's bleachers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's the field, there's bleachers, there's a fence, and then there's the road.
Right.
And on the other side of the road, there was a guy parked. It was like, I don't know, it was just parked. It was like a Chevy Caprice.
Yeah.
He's sitting there.
I had that car
And
once.
he opens up his door, and he's just watching like this. And about every 30 seconds or so, he just lays on his horn because he's mad about something the kids are doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you accomplishing? And he's screaming at them, like screaming at
Through
them.
the bleachers.
Through the bleachers while he's laying on his horn. It was quite a thing. I find myself, I'm better than I used to be. It's the goal, right? At being
Yes.
judgmental.
Yes.
I don't want to be judgmental.
I don't want to be judgmental.
But the thing that I have a hard time with is the lottery ticket person. That's the one that I have a hard time with.
The scratch off?
Yeah, the person that's like back and forth scratch off guy.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with, you know what, like I'm paying for my gas, I got a Mountain Dew, and give me one lottery ticket. If
Yeah.
that's like a thing you like to do because it's fun, you pay $1 a week
we
or
do
something.
that occasionally.
But I have a hard time with that person that I know they're paying $20 for these tickets,
Yeah.
and they're just back and forth. I'm like, man, you need to. I know it's like a disease or something, but like you need to stop this. This is not working for you or anybody. It's I have a hard time with those people, but what are you gonna do?
Judgy.
I'm a bit judgmental. I think everybody's a bit judgmental, but yeah.
Some people are less than others. Less judgy.
Who are you to say?
I'm judging the non-judginess of the judges.
Yeah.
It's hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've gotten better, though.
Yeah, I think
There's
so.
certain segments of the population.
Well, you know what? Life comes in, and you start to meet people that have had difficulties. You have your own difficulties.
Okay, so here's one. We're running out of time. I'll tell you one quick story of me judging people.
Okay.
This was when Stella was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
We'd go to the zoo. Stella's in the stroller. I'm walking around, and I see parents with children on leashes at the zoo.
Uh-huh.
And I used to think, well,
And when you say leash, it's like a harness. It's not like around their neck.
true. It's
Yeah.
like it's a harness.
Yeah,
It
okay.
attaches to their body.
Sometimes it's got a little backpack on it or something.
Sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes it's just a harness.
Yeah. Okay.
And, they're holding your kid back. Their kid's all over the place. And I saw that as Stella was a baby. I'm like, I would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you crazy? So Estelle gets a couple years, she's walking, everything's fine. We have another kid, Harrison, everything's fine. And every time I see these parents with these kids, I'm
these
like,
people.
These
Man,
people.
Jeez. Until.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Gideon. Gideon needs to be restrained.
For his own safety.
For his own safety.
He would jump into the pit.
No, this is what happened for real. I'm driving down the road. I've told this story recently 2 or 3 times, but I'm driving down the road. This was in Oklahoma.
We got to get a new studio.
I'm driving down the road. I'm like, what is that? Riots are going on again. There's just craziness happening out there. I'm driving down the road. I'm talking to my dad on my cell phone. And we're going over a bridge about 55 miles an hour. There's like 100-foot ravine underneath this bridge. It's a mile-long bridge. Gideon is 3, strapped in his car seat in the back seat. As I'm talking to my dad on the phone, I hear the car door open. I look back, and Gideon is getting out of the car. I dropped my phone, grabbed the other side of the wheel, and then grabbed him by the back of his shirt while he was jumping out.
Wow.
That kid needs restraint.
Yeah.
But
he'd have jumped in the rhino pit. Like,
yeah.
And you turn your head for 2 seconds and he's gone. Yeah.
You know, and so like now I come across this. You know, now I'm the one having to restrain my kid because he's gonna.
And that's made you less judgmental.
It really has.
Yeah.
So we forgot. There's a story that Dad wanted us to talk about.
Yeah, well, Dad got kicked out of a Christian softball league because he was cussing. So, you know, I mean, that's the story in a nutshell.
We should have led with that.
I don't think the ump kicked him out. I think his coach kicked him out. I think his own coach kicked him. I don't know. I don't have all the details because I was playing on the other field.
Yeah.
But
so it checks out.
No, I was like, when it was explained to me, I was like, yeah.
I assumed that's
it was just win at this point.
yeah. 3rd inning, 6th inning.
Yeah, I don't know when it was exactly.
You said win.
Yeah, I meant like first game, second game. At some point this season, Dad will get kicked out because he's cussing because this is a Christian league, you know. But
it's a church league.
It's a church league. I mean, I say Christian league, but I mean it's a church league. Yeah.
Christian and church are 2 different things.
Apparently. So, we were going to talk about that, and it was on my list. I don't know. And we just went with other things.
The Marion Brewing Company.
You know what? I don't judge though. You know, if he wants to
go ahead and cuss,
drop a couple
that's
of
on you.
Whatevers, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't drop the F-bomb as far as I know. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. He could have. I wasn't there.
The other thing, we got to be done here.
Yeah, we got to be done.
But the other thing that he wanted us to talk about, and I totally forgot, was
your son's sponsor.
Marion Brewing Company.
Yeah.
My son's 14 years old. He's sponsored by a beer company. I don't have a problem with
it. If you didn't know any better, they might be brewing, you know, coffee.
Yeah.
So
you could brew lots of things. Witch's brew. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes if I ate Taco Bell last night, I got something brewing, you know.
Gus and Teddy, their thing that they crack up more than anything else right now is they go, I'm baking some brownies. Yeah. They think that that's pretty funny.
Mutual friend Mike Hill used to like the term crop dusting. Man, I crop dusted you. So I worked with him for a little bit, and his favorite thing was because we would do drywall, and sometimes you get in a closet and you're finishing like a corner, and you're up there for like a few minutes working on it. And he would go into the closet and he'd been holding one in all day and just let it go in a closet. And then he'd be like, all right, you come in here and you finish. And then you walk in there on stilts and, that has risen and now it's just sinking. It's just sitting in the closet. And you just scream and he just cracks up laughing. It's the funniest thing. He's like, man, I crop dusted you. He loves it. Crop dusted.
It's also a Jason Westbrook thing.
Yeah, that's a Jason Westbrook thing.
Yeah, that's true. Crop dusting. That's good. Yeah. Let's end on that. Crop dusting.
Are we going to play music?
I hit the button.
I'll fix it and unpost. There would have been music this whole time. So, okay. Well, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, Bobo, sit. Good dog.
I have spoken.